Well, it's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, I've been sitting back and listening to a lot of Blair Cobbs and what he's been saying, and I gotta be honest with you, I'm a Blair Cobbs fan. I love Blair Cobbs. I had a chance to meet him in December. Great person. I like Blair Cobbs. I think he's good for boxing. I think he's what the welterweight division needs. But the question we got to ask, and I think we'll get it answered very soon, is Blair Cobbs is good for the welterweight division. I think he's good for boxing. But can Blair Cobbs fight as good as he talks? I'll tell you this. If he can fight anywhere as close as good as he talks, we're in for a treat. Because I've had a chance to watch Blair Cobbs. I'm no stranger to him. My introduction to Blair Cobbs was many years ago. When it was like 2016, I was coming home from a long day of work back in the day when I used to make pizzas at Antonio's Pizza in Dania Beach. I had flour all over my shirt. So I was tired from a long day of work. I pulled up my phone. I went on Instagram. I saw Devin Haney was live. I clicked the live. I saw a young, cocky southpaw giving Devin Haney that work. And that was my introduction to Blair Cobbs. And then over time, I got a chance to watch some of his fights. Like I saw his fight against Esteban Villalobos and Samuel Cote and Bad Solomon and these kind of fights. Carlos Ortiz Cervantes, which is a tough fight. Tough fighters, tough, high risk, low reward type fighters that aren't easy to look good against. He found a way to win, and he gets credit for that. But he hasn't really stepped up to like that top level yet. Now he is fighting Alexis Rocha on this card. Rocha's a good fighter. Rocha biggest fight was against Rashidi Ellis, and he got outclassed. He's won 2 fights since then, so this is his biggest fight since then. So it's a chance for Rocha to make a name for himself. But I wanted to say this, right? Because Blair Cobbs, what he's done in the last few days since his media workout, what he's done is capture the attention of the boxing world. He's got me, who I'm going to this fight. I'll be at the Vergil Ortiz-Michael McKinson fight, which is the card he's fighting, and I'll be there in person. And he's got me, honestly, kind of more excited about him than the main event. To be honest, being honest with you, because of the way he talks, because of how he carries himself. I want to see, can he talk as good as he fights? And then listen, if he wins his fight against Rocha, I want to see him at Vergil next. If Vergil can't get them big fights he's talking about, like against Crawford and Spence and them guys, this is one of the fights I want to see. Because at some point in time, we got to start figuring out who's who in the welterweight division. We got too many guys running around with their O's. And he's one of them that has an O. Vergil Ortiz said recently in an LA Setback interview that he was offered a fight. He offered Blair Cobbs a fight. Blair Cobbs turned it down, which could be classified as ducking. But again, we don't know what the terms are of the contract, so it's hard to say. But, perception is reality. And if he did get sent a contract to fight Vergil and didn't fight him, it will be classified as duck by most boxing fans. That's just the reality of the matter. But look, Blair Cobbs coming out, he's saying a lot of things that I agree with. He's talking about Earl Spence. He's talking about how Earl Spence Jr. doesn't want to fight Terrence Crawford, and how he had plenty of chances to make the fight. And that when you don't do what's right, things come back up and catch up with you. He said a lot of things about Earl Spence I agree with, because I think Earl Spence, ever since Crawford came to the division, his energy has changed. So Blair he's preaching the gospel truth about Earl Spence. He's preaching the gospel truth about these fighters. He's saying, look, a lot of fighters want to run around with their O's. He said, fuck your O. Let's find out who's the best. And I like that mentality. And he's not really showing none of these guys respect. And you know what? People can say, oh, well, it's good. We don't need guys like Blair Cobbs in the sport. We need humble champions. No, we don't. We need some Blair Cobbs in the sport, especially the welterweight division, because, there's a lack of personality in boxing. There's a lack of characters. There's a lack of guys that can really tug on the emotions of people. Like Blair Cobbs is one of them guys. You either love Blair Cobbs and you want to see him do well, or you don't like him at all and you want to see him get knocked the fuck out. And we need those guys in boxing, because without those guys in boxing, this sport will fail to prosper. Now, I personally, I've seen Blair Cobbs fight. I think he's a good. I think at the absolute worst case scenario, he will turn into a good TV fighter. I mean, shit, he's already a good TV fighter, but now he's getting more of a spotlight. He's fighting up higher on the cards. So I think this is the beginning of Blair Cobbs being up higher on the cards, and I want to see him perform, because this sport needs Blair Cobbs to do well. Blair has been a fighter that, yes, okay, in terms of name value, he hasn't really fought a ton of big names in the sport, but he's fought some tough guys, some live bodies, some guys that came to win and take his head off, and he was able to come out and be victorious. So he's coming off a win against Brad Solomon. He's taking on Alexis Rocha. I'm looking for a statement performance from Blair Cobbs. I need Blair Cobbs to go in there and kind of one-up Rashidi Ellis, if at all possible, right? Because Alexis Rocha is not a slouch. He's gonna come to win. It's not even out the possibility that Alexis Rocha can go in there and beat Blair Cobbs, because we don't write our fighters here on True School Sports. He's 18-1. He's beat some decent fighters himself. Rashidi Ellis beat Alexis Rocha pretty clearly when they fought. I think Blair Cobbs has a chance to make a statement here, because Rocha is a solid name as far as BoxRec's concerned. He's ranked 33rd in the welterweight division, 15th in America for the American welterweights. He's never been stopped before. So if Blair Cobbs stops him, there's no reason why Vergil isn't fighting Blair Cobbs next. And then that would be a great fight, because that would be Blair's chance to really show what he could do against the big names in the weight class. So yeah, man, looking very forward to Blair Cobbs, because for a long time he's got a lot of talk. He's got the attention of guys like Earl Spence. He's got the attention of boxing fans. He's got the attention of Golden Boy. He's fighting on a co-main event next weekend. Go out there and shine, Blair. I've been a Blair Cobbs fan for a long time. Ever since I saw him spar Devin Haney on Instagram. But some fighters take it takes longer for fighters to get a chance to shine. This is a chance to shine. And for those who haven't seen Blair Cobbs, I'm not gonna sit here and say he's the next undisputed welterweight champion, but he's a good TV fighter. Good defense, punching power in both hands. Can box when he chooses to, but also vulnerable. Has shown himself to be hurt. Has shown himself to get dropped at times. So he's going to be in an exciting fight. And I fully expect against a game-determined Alexis Rocha that this will be an exciting fight. So, yeah, man. Listen, I'm saying this video to say this. If Blair Cobbs wins this fight, I want to see Vergil Ortiz next versus Blair Cobbs. There's no reason this should have happened. Golden Boy Promotions, Oscar De La Hoya, all parties involved. It's a great in-house fight. If Blair does his job, Vergil does his job, don't waste no time. That's all I wanted to say. But you guys can leave me your thoughts on all things concerning Blair Cobbs down below in the comments down below. Make sure you guys take time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me. But I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on True School Sports, the home of boxing. If you made it this far, do me a favor and do yourself a damn favor. Hit that subscribe button and surely you will not be disappointed. True School Sports bringing you the latest and greatest, the untouchable, boxing content, interviews, news videos, breakdowns, live fight reaction extravaganza. We've got a great community of people here, boxing fans all over the world, from America to the UK to Australia and on and on and on. So join the empire today. Hit that subscribe button. Take care and God bless.